So welcome back to my channel. What I thought I'd do today is show off the latest Tilly and the Buttons patterns. So she's gotten into the habit of releasing 2 patterns at a time, and the latest ones are the Nora and the Ness pattern, and that is a top and a skirt pattern. And they are both just really great classic patterns that are really suitable for the weather at the moment as it's getting colder. So the Nora top is this one that I'm wearing at the moment. I've made the version with the really long sleeves and the turtleneck as well, so really good at keeping all the warmth in. I'll be very honest, I'm not sure the long sleeves are for me, and I have a feeling that this would look a lot better at around this length, so I have a feeling that I'm gonna trim them down at some point in the future, if nothing else, because as much as I like keeping my hands warm like this, I know I'm gonna get my sleeves just, you know, in everything, sort of like sweep stuff off shelves and things like that. So for practicality purposes, I think I'll probably just shorten them a bit anyway. This fabric that I got is this really lovely jersey that I got from Higgs and Higgs at the Knitting and Stitching show, which is just really lovely and soft. It's actually softer on the outside than it is on the inside, I'll be honest. But I really like this grid pattern. I think I must be seeing it. I think there's a ready-to-wear version that's very similar to this at the moment. I think it's white with a black grid line that I keep seeing all over my Instagram feed for some reason. I think it's one of those advertising things, but I'm just very easily persuaded and influenced apparently by what's around me, and I think that has really kind of shown itself in this sweater, because I think that this is very similar to how that one looks. What I've also got on is the Ness skirt. So first, I'll start at the very beginning. These are the patterns, guys. So you've got the Nora top and the Ness skirt. I'll be honest, I'm pretty sure most of you already have these or have seen them around anyway. So the skirt that I made is a little velvet mini skirt. I'll stand up and show you. I'll see a little bit more of the back. Little velvet mini skirt, and actually this fabric's from Higgs and Higgs as well. Didn't realise I'd made a matching set from them. I picked up both of these 2 fabrics at the Knitting and Stitching show, and I definitely recommend, like, if you can afford it, go for a high-end velvet. It makes a difference. Both patterns are very simple to make. The top in particular is very, very straightforward. It comes with lots of different versions. You can do this kind of stepped hem version like what I've got here. You can see it's got shorter at the front and then longer towards the back there, and it's got a little split seam as well, but there's like a longer length, or you can do it so that you don't have the split seam and things like that, as well as making it with or without the polo neck, or short sleeve, 3/4 length, or the really long sleeves as well. So it's a very versatile pattern. I tested both of these patterns, and I'll show you what I made for my tester versions. So my tester version of the Nora top was this little striped number. Yeah, it's this way around. So I went for the short sleeves, and again with the stepped hem that you can see there as well. And yeah, just like a cute little t-shirt. This is using a ribbed jersey that I got in Paris quite a few years ago. Kind of just screams a bit Parisian, doesn't it? That stripe, that's like that Breton stripe, isn't it? Which looks really nice. Again, it's just a really classic pattern, very versatile, and you can make a t-shirt, you can make a sweater, and it works for both types of knits. If you're using something really light and drapey like that rib knit is, it's a very thin jersey, or something that's a bit more structured like the one I'm wearing at the moment. I would say this with the turtlenecks as they are, I tend to find they collapse on themselves quite easily compared to what you'd buy in the shops, because the kind of knitwear that you buy in the shops will be generally a little bit thicker, a little bit sturdier, like it'll be a thicker rib and things like that that they'll use for a polo neck, and you'll find that has a lot more body for this bit here. I haven't done any here, but I have seen on other instructions and other patterns where they've interfaced half of the neck here with the knit interfacing, just to give it a bit more of a stand there. So if you know that you want something that's going to hold its shape a little bit better, but you don't have the right fabric for it, I would really recommend trying that one out and seeing if you can get a better structure with a little bit of interfacing on the inside. So I also tested the skirt, the Ness skirt, and I made a really lovely classic blue denim pencil skirt out of that. So you can see this pattern has all the details of a classic jean. It's got the back yoke, all this lovely top stitching across it as well, the 2 back pockets there. There is an additional pattern for a little coin pocket on Tilly's website. So if you want to add that extra little detail on the front there, you can do. I'll be honest, I'm not super happy with how the fly turned out on this, but Tilly has changed the instructions of how to put in those fly zips since I did this one, because this was in the original instructions. It's fine, but it just pulls a little bit. And where I've not used a dark zip, you can see a little bit of the cream in there when I'm wearing it, which is fine, it's not the end of the world. But if you're kind of fussy about those things, always make sure you're using the correct colour zip. I have a pile of these metal zips that I've just collected over the years that I just dive into when needed, so I don't always have the right colours. For the most part you can't see them, so it doesn't really matter, and sometimes I think it's really fun to have that little extra pop of colour in there, so using something that's a little bit different that no one else knows it but you, and I will kind of quite happily use whatever I have, but this one is a little bit obvious. The skirt also has the centre front split, which I'm sure you can see there as well. Which just allows a little bit more movement because it is quite fitted towards the knee. What I've done on this pattern, and this is a good tip to make for if you're making jeans and things as well, is to place the lining of the pocket and use the fabric of that the wrong way around to what you would normally use. And what that does is just it allows you to actually see the pattern of whatever fabric you've used there. So I've used this really nice print that I used this really nice cotton print that I got from Stuff and Still many moons ago, but I didn't have enough to do anything else with, so I always keep these little scraps for projects and things like this, but you just need a little bit there. So by putting the pocket pieces the opposite way around, it means that you get to see all that fun print, the boring plain sides on the inside, but no one's going to see that part. And it's one of those little touches that, you know, makes it a bit more special. It's like the point of having the kind of homemade clothes, isn't it? So that you can have those little special things and making things look that little bit prettier than it would be if you'd bought them as ready to wear. Okay. So both of these patterns are really great staples. They're really classic in style. They're something that you'll probably be able to use over and over again. I'll be honest, you'll probably be able to get patterns extremely similar, if not kind of almost identical, from other places, from Big Four as well. I know Helen's Closet's released a sweater that's very similar to this recently. There's also things like the toaster sweaters, which have a very similar neck and body shape. If you don't already own one of those, then this is a great one to have. It's versatile in that it's got lots of different options as well, in terms of kind of t-shirts to sweaters and all the bits in between. I would really recommend it if you're a beginner or you're wanting to try to learn some new techniques, learning to sew with jersey, learning how to put in a fly zip, etc. And this will really take you from where you are as a beginner up through those new take you from where you are as a beginner through those new skills. I think they're really great patterns. I think the Nora top in particular, I think is something that I'll probably make over and over, or at least use as a base for other designs and other pattern hacks and things like that, just because it is such an easy, simple shape, and if you want that loose fit, it's a great base to start with. But then doing things like eliminating the neck or making it wider or all sorts, there's lots and lots of options that you can have with those. So I hope you like that little show and tell, or sew and tell as the case may be. I'll link to where I've gotten the fabrics and stuff down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to keep up to date with all my latest videos and just ramblings about sewing stuff. And I'm sure I'll be seeing you guys soon. Thanks for sticking with me. Bye now.